Welcome to the Offshore Club's fun-filled, fact-filled, fast-paced blockbuster podcast with your host, Patrick Hebert, who's ready to tell you how you can live the good life at a great price. And now, here's your friend, your expert, and your guide, Patrick Hebert.
Hey everybody, we're here in Sea Salt at Grand Pacifica, and this sounds very formal because we've been joking around, and I'm going to take the tone down a little bit, but we're enjoying a couple drinks here at Sea Salt. Some folks that have never been here before, like Sarita. This is your first time in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
In Grand Pacifica. So what do you think of Nicaragua now?
Well, I love it. I love the weather. I love the people. They are so nice, and I'm having so much fun meeting new people. All the people here is really kind. You can go to the beach, have a big walk to the beach, and see all the properties in Grand Pacifica, and I don't know, everything is beautiful here.
So where are you from, Sarita?
I'm from Ecuador.
So Sarita's from Ecuador, and beside her is Penny Jo. Penny Jo, where are you guys from?
We live in Texas right now, but we're from Wyoming.
And this is your first time to Nicaragua as well?
It is.
You spent some time in San Juan del Sur, which is kind of like a popular destination in the country as well. Now you're up at Grand Pacifica. What's your thoughts on the country so far?
The country or Grand Pacifica?
Well, all of the above.
Nicaragua, we confirmed to each other that we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is where we want to live. Nicaragua is it.
Awesome.
So, and as far as Grand Pacifica, what we really like is the sense of community like this, you know, people that you can have by name and that you can keep in touch with, and that we know.
We can tell off-color jokes about
yes, yeah.
politically incorrect stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, the beach and the ocean and the trees and all that is wonderful. That's a given, but it's really important to us to have that sense of community, friends that we can spend time with and have a good time with when we're here.
Yeah, because you can buy property anywhere, but it's really about the people and the relationships you have. That's what's important, right? Because otherwise you just stay in your house. Why would you buy a property down there if all you're going to do is just always be alone?
Exactly.
Right? So having the people in your life, that's really important to us.
Yeah, well, and that's a big part of what we love about, I mean, you guys have lived here, what, 14 years? 14 years, awesome. But I mean, you know the community better than anybody, and then so it's a lot about having, you guys had Andrea and I over for, well, we owe you. But you've had us over a few times, and we owe it too. But we owe you back. I'm going to make that butter chicken Indian.
No worries.
I promise. I keep telling you that, but I'm going to do it. But we've had some great some Oklahoma food and your place and things, and so it's always been a part of, the community is a big part of things, right? So it's a lot of fun. But I don't know how you can encapsulate 14 years into a few seconds, but
there are too many stories to tell. Greg hit something today when he asked me a question I'd forgotten. He said, "What do you do? What are there things to do around here? I don't want to be bored." I go, "Well, you're going to be as bored as you want to be." Cobb and I went wing shooting, and we brought in over 200 dove. And what about the limit? Well, they're a pest for the local farmers, and so we gave all the birds except 15 or 20 to the local farmers, and they loved us.
That's
because
awesome.
We gave all the birds away. Fishing right off our coast, horses, and
Oh yes, I forgot to say that. Horses.
There are so many things to do here. Now,
Surfing.
I'm a golfer. Denise introduced me to golf many years ago and created a monster. But we've got basically a private golf course here that I've only had to play through a slow group one time in 14 years. So there's some pretty cool things to talk about.
that was probably me.
Busy.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it was not you. It was not you.
What do you think, Denise?
It is. It caught me off guard. I didn't know I was
Sorry,
supposed to talk.
Go to anything.
You know what? I absolutely adore Nicaragua and the people that it attracts. You know, that they're always the people they attract are so excited about the things that they see and what they can do, and that's righteous. That's what it should be, because that's what Nicaragua has to offer to everyone that comes here, and that's what I've enjoyed for the last 14 years here. Is
That's great. Yeah. Well, I remember my first trip down here. One of the first ones. I've been coming down for about 15 years, and came down here with a friend of mine. Of course, everybody tells you, oh, Nicaragua, it's got to be dangerous. It's like, it's actually the safest country in the Central Americas, second in the Americas next to Canada. And I'm Canadian, so that was important when I brought my little kids down here. But I was down here with my friend, and he was all like, oh, no, we're in. So there was some police ahead, and they were pulling us over for something. And it was because I had a flat tire, which I didn't even realize at the time. And it was around a corner, and he's like, oh, here, we're going to end up in a Central American jail. This is going to go horribly. And it's like, oh, the police came over, they changed the tire, and they're just like, you're kind of around a blind corner. You should probably not be here.
Wow.
We're going to help you get out of here fast. And so many experiences like that have just been like the friendliest people in the world. And we always get not accused, I think it's a good thing. We always get told as Canadians, oh, you guys are so friendly. We go up to Canada, it's a friendly place. And it's like, I think Nicaragua's is friendlier. People here are friendlier, and they give you the shirt off their back, and they're just the best people around. So
definitely.
So thank you guys for telling your experiences. It's like 5 minutes of trying to encapsulate a whole bunch of things into a very short period of time. But thanks very much.
Yeah, one of the things that I think is really neat is if you tried, because the language barrier is always something that I was confused about, like how hard is it to live and do those kind of things. But what I see is when I try to speak Spanish, even though I'm very poor at it, smiles come out, and the people are, they're not mean about it. They want to help you.
You immediately connect, and they know that you are someone that they want. But if you just don't even try, but literally, the minute we would try or ask for help, they just melt, and then they're like,
they're so
The effort
happy
is
so warm.
The effort is huge. In fact, that's probably what was one of the things that was attractive to me, because I went to France, to Paris, just before coming here. And exactly. And I needed a ticket in the subway to get on the metro in Paris. It was the worst experience I've had traveling probably ever. Like, everybody was just like, oh, get away from me, get away from me. And it's like, I didn't know French. And it was such a rude experience. And then coming here and not knowing the language, and I remember a guy coming, I was walking, my kids were 2, 4, and 6 or so, and they stick out, right? German, Canadian guy with blonde hair, blue eyes. The kids are the same. So some guy came running out of the street and said, oh, you're such a what did he say, a fortunate, a wealthy man or whatever. And I was like, well, you don't really know if I have money or not. He said, no, and I mean, like, you're just such a lucky, fortunate, wealthy person to have children that are such beautiful children, and like the whole community came out, and they were just, they ended up cooking us dinner and things, and it was just, that was like our first experience coming from not to diss France. I'm just saying that was not my best experience in traveling, and this was one of the best. So that was probably such a radical change on the spectrum from one side to the other.
That's cool.
And you can tell Nicaraguan people are the most generous and grateful people all at the same time. They're grateful to help you, and they're generous about it.
You can tell that you've got a real Nicaraguan friend is when they know that you're trying to learn the language, and they give you the right word and then show you how to pronounce it. They're help you, right? Because they're so excited that you're actually trying to learn the language.
Yeah. It was fun with Naomi this morning, that gal that works up here. I got up early because I tried to make coffee and it didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped for. So I was like,
Nicaraguan coffee is really good.
I'm going to come down here and try to get a cup of coffee. And so we spent 20 minutes, just talking, and she wanted to practice English, and it was fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I had an aha moment today, because all growing up, I wanted a horse. Every year, I wanted a horse. We lived in a city, and my dad said, where are you going to keep the horse? And I would say, in the backyard, And then I married a man who grew up on a huge cattle ranch in Wyoming. So
was that the only reason, or?
Part of it. So horses to him is work. Since he was 4 years old, he was on horseback working very, very hard. So fast forward to adulthood, how you learn how to meditate, go to your happy place. My happy place is always the beach. Always, 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 always. And I had an aha moment today, and it was horse beach.
Have you done the horseback riding on the beach at sunset?
Oh my God. Oh my God! This
You
is
can have them both. You
perfect!
can have them both. Right?
Oh, if you're here tomorrow,
I get
let's do that.
goosebumps.
Let's
I
get
mean,
on the horses.
I cannot.
great.
I kind of can't believe it.
Yeah, we do it when we go south from here usually, and go through the little river. And
Do you want to go tomorrow?
Sure, let's do it.
Because I want to. Yeah.
Sunset is really nice.
Let's
Like
do
it's
it.
a little
Yeah.
cooler, and you get the beautiful sunset.
Yeah, I have lots of questions about the horses. Let's do that tomorrow.
You can ask them anything you want.
Yes. Oh, I'm excited.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us
riding a
for
horse
drinks and dinner.
around here.
You can see that was pretty candid conversation. Went all over the place, but this is just what community is here at Grand Pacifica, and it's a lot of fun. Andrea, my wife, and I love it when we're here. This is our home. We live just like 100 meters, it's about 300 feet that way. Got to start thinking in imperial and metric at the same time, but it's a beautiful place. And you know what? We're going to follow this video up with Penny Jo on a horse tomorrow at sunset, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, she's going to ask the horses all sorts of questions. All right. Good night, folks.
For more information on the Offshore Club or to contact Patrick Hebert, visit offshore.club today. Offshore.club. That's offshore.club. See you next time at the Offshore Club.